Balcony TV.
Hello, welcome to Balcony TV Los Angeles. It's your host, Maria Gonzalez, and I'm here with Eric LILAVOIS. And what are you going to be playing for us today?
We're going to be playing The God in Our Glass.
Amazing. Oop, I'll let you get started.
Thank you.
On the day you were born, nothing else mattered. On the day that you died, it was the same. On a night underneath blankets and waiting, on a night when a heart lost a beat, why don't you stay just one more hour? Why don't we pray to the God in our glass? Why don't you say all the things that matter? We're always looking back, always. On the days that we pray, we search for an answer. On the days we give in, ain't it the same? On a night underneath denial and waiting, on the day I got the call, it was loud and clear. Why don't you stay just one more hour? Why don't we pray to the God in our glass? Why don't we say all the things that matter? We're always looking back, always. What's the dirty little secret? The one that you've been keeping. It's keeping you from this life. What do you believe in? What's your reason for your reason? I don't know, but I am trying. So stay just one more hour. Why don't we pray to the God in our glass? Why don't we say all the things that matter? We're always looking back, always. So why don't you stay just one more hour? Why don't we pray to God in our glass? Why don't we say all the things that matter? We're always looking back, always. Why don't you stay? Why don't we pray? Why don't you stay? Why don't we pray? Why don't you stay? Why don't we pray? Why don't you stay? Why don't we
Whew, wow, that was powerful. So the song's called The God in Our Glass.
Yeah.
And what was the sort of subject matter that you chose for the song?
The song was written about a good friend of mine, Ryan Hoherd, who, best friend for 20 years. He passed away, and this was written in tribute for him. Yeah.
And I mean, it's such a personal thing. When you're writing songs, I know that you have a project coming out called The Journey.
Right. Yeah.
Do you take that same sort of personal approach with the journey, and I hear there's a documentary accompanying it, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that music is so intensely powerful, it's impossible to not take it, personally. And I think that there's a connection that when you really sort of tap into something, sometimes it manifests itself in something as powerful as a relationship like that. Other times it's just everyday, ordinary things, and that's kind of the juxtaposition for the documentary, kind of finding the extraordinary in the ordinary.
And yeah, I hear that you've actually made some really great connections with the documentary with some amazing individuals. Can you tell us about a few of them?
Yeah, I mean there's so many great characters on that record and also on the documentary. A bunch of them are standing behind me here. These are all the gentlemen from a band called the Ventriloquists here in Los Angeles.
Hello.
And we've all played music together for a long time. David Moyer, Danny Levin, Ian Suter, Jeff Glassberg. And there's just so many other great folks on there. Ben Smith, the drummer for Heart, Andrew Jocelyn, Matt Herman, who I played in with the Days in Between. Just so many characters. It was awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I mean, you're such a centerpiece in the LA music scene itself. As the curator for Make Music Pasadena, is it a difficult job to figure out what bands to choose? I mean, you must just have such a hard time with all the talent here.
There is so much talent in the city and outside the city, and that festival is just kind of this wonderful beacon. It attracts so much cool culture, and the fact that it's free it's just fascinating to me, and that's what really made me want to be a part of it. Yeah.
And then, I mean, one of the other big parts of you, aside from being an artist yourself, you're an incredible producer. You own 2 studios, right?
Yes, yeah.
And which ones are those again?
It's Crown City Studios here in Pasadena and London Bridge Studio up in Seattle.
And London Bridge was, like the grunge scene, wasn't it? With,
It was.
Like Pearl Jam
Yeah.
and Soundgarden have been in there?
Early 90s, yeah. Pearl Jam, Mother Love Bone. But so many fantastic bands since Fleet Foxes, Death Cab for Cutie, One Republic. Just hit recently, Hey Marseille is in there now. So it's really a thriving, scene. And up there, it's a beautiful beautiful music scene and still thriving in Seattle.
Incredible. And then, I mean, you are a very a talented producer as well.
Thank you.
And if you had one piece of advice to give bands before they went to the studio, what would you say?
Just own your craft, own your vision, and work hard and work at it every single day, every second of every day. And when you get when you get together and you get to collaborate with a bunch of different people, it's just going to take it to a whole other level. And once you do decide to collaborate with people, trust them and let them do what they do.
Right. And that seems to be a very big thing for you, and everything that you do is collaborating.
Most definitely. Yeah.
And I mean, what do you find, what's your most what do you look for when you collaborate with someone?
Honesty, integrity, genuine sort of drive, and I think it's really easy to sort of feel out and see when people are coming from a real place, and that's going to lead you to a lot of not just talented individuals, but also people who really care about what they're doing and have some a semblance of purpose.
Right. Well, where can we find more about your journey and you online?
All the wonderful social media-y things, Twitter and Facebook, and my website. It's just my first and last name.com, LILAVOIS.com.
Well,
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being on Balcony TV
Oh,
LA
thank you.
today.
It's an institution. I'm happy to be here. This is
Amazing.
great.
And this is Maria Gonzalez signing off. Thank you.
Thanks.
BalconyTV.